Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrend TV. I am your VIPRAAJESHNG again and I am here today at TAFE Access Limited Tata car showroom in Coimbatore. And I am here today with the new updated Tata Tigor XZA Plus variant. The XZA Plus and also the XZ Plus variants are the top of the range variants of the Tata Tigor range and has been positioned right up against the Maruti Suzuki Dzire, Honda Amaze and Ford Figo Aspire. But one thing you would immediately recognize is that the Tata Tigor is no ordinary compact sedan. This has a much more notchback like sporty fastback rear design. Coming to the front end, you would immediately notice that this being the top end variant XZA Plus, this car has got projector headlamps with chrome highlighting across the grille and the fog lamp enclosure. You can even notice the subtle chrome highlights on the front grille in order to differentiate with the pre-updated Tigor. Now next up, moving on towards the sides of the Tata Tigor XZA Plus, you can notice the very nice looking 15-inch diamond cut alloy wheels which have been standard on the Tata Tigor's top end variants since launch. Other slight updates include the chrome garnished outer door handles which really complement the chrome window line of the Tata Tigor top end variants. Now moving on towards the rear of the Tata Tigor XZA Plus, this car gets clear lens tail lamps as standard along with a massive Jaguar inspired high mounted stop lamp above the windscreen. Now coming to the overall design of the Tata Tigor. The Tata Tigor is a very well designed compact sedan and it easily masks the bulk of the boot and can look seriously impressive from certain angles. So design being subjective, let's get inside this car to see what this top end variant has got to offer. Yes guys, I am right now inside the new updated Tata Tigor XZA Plus. So being the XZA Plus, this is actually the top most variant of the Tata Tigor range with its AMT transmission. So along with the AMT transmission, you get the newly updated 7-inch touchscreen system. You may have already seen my review of this touchscreen system on the Tigor XZA Plus review. So this here is the very same system, but the only difference is that this Tigor gets this system with the reverse parking camera as well. So apart from that, you can see that this car also gets the automatic temperature control. You get the very same steering wheel carried over from the Tata Nexon and the Tiago with its steering mounted audio controls, but no cruise controls of course. The Tata Tigor and the Tiago are the only cars currently in Tata Motors range lineup which do not have a push button start. Instead you get only a regular flip key. Well, yeah, of course, being the the Hexa also gets a very similar key and that also does not get a push button start. So yeah, you get the very same flip key. You got lock, unlock and headlamp opening function, but this headlamp open button it also acts as a boot opener. If you press it long enough, the boot will automatically open. So I'll just show it to you. Yeah, so I have unlocked the boot. You may have heard the sound. So this is where the key goes actually. It's a regular space. You do not get automatic headlamps or wipers. Of course, the Nexon also does not get that. So though you get the very familiar quality stocks, which are really good in quality surprisingly, and will definitely withstand the test of time. This here is the updated instrument cluster. Let me just, okay, so this here is the updated instrument cluster, and just like on the Tata Tiago and the Nexon, you do not get a fuel gauge over here, or sorry, you do not get a temperature gauge for the engine over here, and you do not get the fuel gauge over here. Instead, everything is just mentioned in the MID itself. So let me just turn on the ignition. So this is how the actual instrument cluster lights up in a similar manner, but the updated XZ Plus and the XZA Plus of the Tiago and the Tigor variants get a fully digital instrument cluster. So this here is the older model. You can watch my digital instrument cluster review on the link in the description below. So this here is the older MID. You got the gear indicator over here. So this here is in neutral. This here is the main odometer, and this here is the distance to empty. Since this car has got very low amount of fuel, it shows actually refuel. This here is the actual fuel gauge. And next thing, you come to time. This here is the clock, and this here is the external temperature. And the next thing is trip meter A with its average mileage, trip meter B with its average mileage, and that's all. You get a nice tachometer over here, and the speedometer is on the right side. So coming to the center console, you can see that this here is the very same touchscreen system you may have already seen on the Tata Tigor XZA Plus and the XZA Plus. It is a really responsive unit to begin with when compared to the older model. So this here is the home screen. Let me just so this here is also powered by Harman. It is a 7-inch touchscreen system, and it has got 8 speakers, and the audio quality is simply fantabulous. You have got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as standard on the XZ Plus and the XZA Plus variants, just like on the Tata Tigor. But the key difference is that you get a reverse parking camera on this Tata Tigor XZ Plus and the XZA Plus. So let me just shift the gear into reverse. So that is the reverse parking camera. The quality is definitely not the best, but it's okay. It has got at least a large screen display to it. It does not get adjustable guidelines. As you can see, I am just turning the steering wheel, and there is no difference on the display at all. So it does not get the adaptive guideline features, but it's overall fine. So let me just disengage the reverse. So yeah, overall, apart from that, everything is exactly the same. You can even switch on the reverse parking camera even while you're going forward, just in case to monitor what is coming behind you, if anyone is parking close behind you. So that's all. And apart from that, you got the climate control settings displayed in the audio system as well, just like on the Tata Tigor XZ Plus. Even though you have the automatic climate control buttons over here, when you switch on the AC, the display is actually over here, just like on the Tata Nexon. So you can even control the AC, the automatic AC, through this touchscreen system, which is a really good feature. So yeah, apart from that, you got FM, you got Bluetooth connectivity. So Bluetooth is engaged just like that. It's so easy. So let me just give you a quick show that how to engage Bluetooth, how to connect Bluetooth. So sorry, that was so Bluetooth audio. Oh sorry, so that's not. So I mean, it's kind of not the easiest, but you can easily connect Bluetooth. So yeah, once you open this the left side lower corner of the touchscreen system, if you tap this, you get no devices connected. So if you touch that itself, you get the option of pair a new device. So that is how easily you can pair the Bluetooth easily. So apart from that, you got every setting. You got even voice command functions as well. But these voice commands will function only with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay if your phone is connected. This voice command on the Tata Tigor and the Tigor do not actually work in conjunction with the AC or anything, just like on the Tata Nexon. In the Tata Nexon, you can basically just give commands even to control the AC and other things, and even FM, but not on the Tigor and the Tigor. So yeah, overall that was all about the infotainment system. It's a really good unit. It's reasonably responsive, not the best, but it's reasonably responsive. It's much better than the older units. And lower down, we here have the multiple set of buttons. Of course, there are only 3 buttons which actually function. You got the front fog lamps, you got the central locking and unlocking button, and this here is the electronic boot opener. So that is there. And this here is the automatic temperature control. It's just like on the Tata Nexon, and it's got auto mode and even front defogger, rear defogger. Well, everything is there, of course. And lower down, you have the USB and aux ports over here, but unfortunately aux ports have been removed by Tata Motors. It seems like most of the customers are not at all using the aux ports. Well, even I have rarely used an aux port on any car, but USB port is given along with Bluetooth. That's a good thing. And we here have the 12-volt charging socket. The cover is really cheap and it's fine, though I would have preferred a much quality lid for the 12-volt charging socket, and this charging socket will be capable of charging your devices. This here is the center point. So this here is the 5-speed AMT transmission of the Tata Tigor. This is exactly the same transmission available on the XZA plus Tiago as well. So you have got a manual mode, so you can basically switch it to manual mode and control the gears manually as well. And you got the sports mode also, which can definitely help you when you are on an incline, on hills or somewhere. So this is a reasonably responsive transmission, not the best given the weight of this car. Yeah, this car weighs around 1100 kilos when it comes to curb weight. So this is one among the heaviest cars in its category when you compare with the Dzire or the Honda Amaze. So that is the reason for the dulled performance, but it's fine. It's totally fine. You got the very same center console as you may have seen on the Tata Tiago. You actually used to get a 12-volt charging socket over here on the pre-updated Tata Tigors, but that is not the case right now. This is the top-end XZA Plus, and this variant does not get that. So that is a bummer, but you got the very useful cubby holes and sockets everywhere, of course. Apart from that, you get the very useful large glove box with a cooling function. You can see the cooling lever over there, and it has also got a special tray to store your tablet phones or something, and it's got a damped function. Look at that. I mean, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. So yeah, and apart from that, you do not get telescopic adjustment for the steering wheel. You get only tilt, which is okay given that the Nexon itself does not get telescopic adjustment. But yeah, manufacturers should definitely think on providing telescopic adjustment on budget cars as well. But the good thing is that the driver seat gets height adjustment as standard on the XZ and the XZA Plus. The XZ Plus and the XZA Plus. Oh yeah. And you got even auto folding mirrors also from the Tata Nexon, of course. These are the power window controls, and just like on the Tata Nexon, you do not get, and even the Tata Tiago, you do not get backlight functions for the power windows except for the driver power window button. So that is the trend now. I mean, Tata is cutting on whatever they can, cutting costs wherever they can. So it's fine. But apart from that, you get a nice fabric material lined over here on the door pads, which you may not get on the Tata Tiago. This is exclusively for the Tigor top-end variants only. It's a nice, nice, beautiful quality fabric over here. It's not leather, but it's fabric. But the good thing is, the top-end XZ Plus and the XZA Plus Tata Tigors only, not the Tiago and not even the Nexon, get partial leather seats. The quality is fabulous. This here is the middle part is fabric where you actually sit, but on the edges these are actually for leather. So the quality is good. The stitch lines are really great. It's a nice quality feel. It's got a nice quality feel to it. And the thing is, even the Tata Tigor gets adjustable headrests for the front seats, which are really comfortable. And the seats themselves are really comfortable. You get good amount of thigh support. Well, adequate amount of thigh support. I wouldn't say exceptional. The Tata Nexon and the Hexa are still better in terms of under thigh support. So overall, that's all about the interiors of the dashboard, of course, and other things. You get day-night adjustable IRVMs, and you get vanity mirrors for the driver and passenger, which is really not seen on most of the cars. Well, of course, the lower model do not get vanity mirror for the driver, but the top-end model does get that. And this here is the Bluetooth mic. And the overall lining, the roof lining of this Tata Tigor and the Tiago XZ Plus and the XZA Plus models are of really fantastic quality. Look at the texture itself. So nice to feel, so luxurious to feel. It's really good. I mean, these quality bits are not even found on premium hatchbacks such as the i20 or the Baleno. Well, and the next premium thing is that be it the Tiago or Tigor, both these cars and almost all Tata Motors cars in their current lineup get LED white lights for the interiors instead of those cheap yellow ones. How good is that? Yeah, so that was enough about the fancy stuff. Dual airbags along with ABS are standard on every model of Tiago and Tigor, well, almost every car from Tata Motors now. So that is a really good thing. The Tiago and Tigor are basically not yet rated for crash tests. We are yet to see the results, but I can guarantee that there are many owners who have walked away from really tight and dangerous situations in crashes with their Tiagos and Tigors. So I better they would vouch for it. So yeah, overall, even I am also satisfied. You can see that the overall build quality, it is really tough, it's strong, and the car itself is very heavy. So yeah, and coming to the door pads, you got two small 500-liter pockets on the doors. Well, you definitely cannot store a 1-liter bottle in this, which is a bummer, but still you got storage space to fit two 500-liter bottles, 500 ml bottles, I'm sorry. So yeah, this here being the automatic, you can have a good look at the pedal footwell. You got only two pedals, this being the automatic, and of course it's a decently spaced footwell, except for the fact that the dead pedal is actually on the higher side. It's not the most comfortable in terms of position, but it will work given the height of the brake pedal. It works. So let me just get into the back seat and share more about the backseat experience. Yes guys, I am right now inside the backseat of the Tata Tigor, and first of all you can have a good look at the dashboard. The overall view of the dashboard of the Tata Tigor XZA+. So this is how the actual dashboard looks. This car has got a white exterior color, so that means you get the silver finish. Well, basically all the top end XZ Plus and the XZA Plus variants of the Tigor gets this silver finish around its AC vents, which look kind of cool and premium, I suppose. So yeah, that was a good look at the dashboard. Let's come to the rear seat space. So I am 5'10" and I have adjusted the driver's seat for my height. I actually pushed the well, my position is low, so I try to stretch out to a much more relaxed position. So that's the reason I got just about adequate rear seat knee room. It's okay. I will be comfortable here for a couple hours, but you definitely cannot stretch out. Not definitely as much as on the say a Nexon or something, but this is okay. This is definitely okay. Part of the reason being the coupe roofline. Of course, since the car has got a coupe roofline, Tata Motors had to move the rear seats a little bit forward to increase the boot space, and that is the reason you do not get that much of knee room. But headroom is totally fine, even though being a coupe roofline. I'll just show you my headroom. So you can see that the headroom is totally fine. There is no issue at all. But on the other side, the knee room is not that great, but it's fine, it's doable. You do not get any sort of rear AC vent or anything, unlike the Tata Nexon. But the actual front AC vents are enough, I suppose, in terms of cooling. When talking about the overall comfort of the back seat, these back seats, my god, they are so comfortable. I mean, definitely not as comfortable as the Tata Nexon. You can see the Tata Nexon over there. The Tata Nexon has got the best back seats when it comes to compact SUVs, but the Tigor is definitely not the best in terms of thigh support. That I give, that I would definitely bet. Thigh support is definitely not as good as the Tata Nexon, but it's fine. And what the rear seat of the Tata Tigor makes up with is the shoulder support. I mean, look at the way the back seat itself curves into the door pad. So that means that you can basically have the amount of shoulder support, unbelievable amount of shoulder support in this category, and there is basically no gap at all between the door pad and the seat base. So that means you got kind of a Rolls-Royce-ish back seat. I mean, can I say that? Well, I can definitely say that, because the way this seat has been designed, I would like to say that. But yeah, I would say that the thigh support is definitely lacking. And you got even the center armrest, which aids comfort that bit. So this here, this is very robust. Yeah, it's a heavy armrest. It's a really good quality back seat here. The armrest is of good quality, and the armrest is fully leather, even though you do not get the seats with leather material actually. So yeah, you can see that the overall ergonomics are perfect. The width of the cabin isn't that great, not as wide as the Nexon, but I suppose you can manage 3 average built adults over here at the back seat. So yeah, it's a comfortable back seat, and the visibility is also decent. The roof line is the window line is a little bit on the higher side, but it's not much of a bother, given that you can actually see almost everything from your eye point of view. So that's it about the back seat of the Tata Tigor. You get 3 grab handles, nothing for the driver. You get one cabin light, which is brilliantly, cleverly positioned in the center, unlike the Tata Nexon, where you would actually get only one cabin light at the front only. The back seat of the Tata Nexon does not get any rear cabin lights, which is actually a bummer. But in this, and even the Tiago, it is cleverly positioned, neatly positioned. So that's it about the Tata Tigor's back seat. It's a comfortable back seat. So let me just check out how much of luggage space will it actually have. As you can see, I am right now behind the Tata Tigor XZA Plus, and first of all I'll show you how the boot opening actually works. You can either just press the button on the center console over there, just below the audio system, or you can just use the key. Like if you press this headlamp button for more than 2 seconds, I suppose. So yeah, I just opened it. Or the third option is that you can use the regular flip key option. Let me just open this. You can see the reverse parking camera over here, neatly integrated. So I have just opened the boot of the Tata Tigor, and this is the amount of space you actually get inside the boot of the Tata Tigor. It's around 417 liters of boot space, and it's really capacious. It is surprisingly capacious. I would say that it's even larger than older mid-size sedans. So the secret is that they had to move the rear seats actually a little bit forward, and they increased the boot space. Even being a sub 4 meter coupe-ish roofline sedan, the highlight of the Tata Tigor boot is that you get hydraulic mounts. Unlike any other sedans which have actually gooseneck metal mounts, which may actually reduce the boot space, the Tigor uses hydraulic mounts for the boot, where you actually don't need any sort of space or the space management or stuff, because it actually frees up a whole lot of space on the top, so that you can actually fill the boot totally up to the top. So this is a brilliant kind of design, the only one of its segment. No other cars in this category have this kind of feature. But on the flip side, you can see that the boot door, the boot itself, the tailgate itself does not have any under cladding, under packing or anything. It's just open, it's just plain metal, everything is visible. Older models used to have a cover, but currently Tata Motors seems to have cut that due to cost reasons. But it works. It is available still as an accessory, so you can just buy it from the accessories section. So talking about the boot space, it's really it's really capacious. It's really useful and usable. You can even see that the spare tire is located underneath, but sadly this is a spare saver. This is a space saver steel wheel. So even though the Tata Tigor top end model gets 15-inch alloy wheels, the space savers are actually just 14-inch wheels, and that to steel wheels. So you can use these spare wheel until you get your actual 15-inch wheel repaired. So it's fine. That's how everything works right now. Even Ford and Hyundai provide space saver spare wheels. So it's fine. That's how manufacturers are cutting costs right now. So yeah, overall a really useful and cleverly designed boot for the Tata Tigor. So yeah, talking about the overall design of the Tata Tigor and overall experience and overall car itself, it's a really good value for money. First of all, it looks great, it looks brilliant, and in this category it's kind of decently equipped in terms of features. So let me just pop open the hood of the Tata Tigor XZA Plus petrol. Yeah, the Tata Tigor is available with only a petrol engine option. The diesel has been discontinued. This engine under the bonnet is a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine. It's a non-turbocharged petrol engine producing 85 PS of max power and 114 Newton meters of torque. This engine, though adequate in performance, the noise levels are on a little bit higher side. But this engine has the additional balancer shaft which reduces the vibration levels inside the cabin when compared to a regular Tata Tiago. So closing the bonnet, you can see that the bonnet is a really heavy metal and build quality is of course of no doubt. So that's all about the newly updated Tata Tigor XZA Plus. This Tata Tigor looks like a perfect choice for family car buyers looking for good space all round, adequate features along with solid safety credentials. And this car is also significantly cheaper than its rivals. But that lesser price of course give you the lack of certain features such as a keyless push button start and rear AC vents. And yes, the engine could have been a little bit more refined. But on the whole, this car really fits the value for money bill perfectly. And it's even more desirable with its good looks. So do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about the Tata Tigor updated range. So meanwhile, this is VIPRAAJESHNG signing off. See you on another video.